Hey, and welcome to another episode of Age of Geek podcast. I am Colin, and with me we have Steph and Blake.
Hello.
This is husband Blake.
And
And
we've got
Marley.
Marley. Yay!
And Marley.
And this week we're going to be talking some of our nominations for the infamous Game Awards.
Colin, I think your video camera is drunk. You keep going blurry every once in a while.
Why do I keep
Yeah.
going blurry? No, I don't want to be blurry.
We told you, cut off the nosh by at least an hour before recording.
You know, it's probably because I finally painted my wall and now my camera can't appreciate it.
It's true. If you watch any of our past videos, which you should, you'll see paint swatches up and
Some
just
paint
the paint
samples.
swatches. And so now it's up on the entire wall.
It's great. Well,
It looks
you
good.
you can't see one wall that doesn't have any paint on it. It still has splotches.
Oh,
But
you prioritized and did the wall behind
we're
the
doing
recording.
exactly. We're doing wallpaper on that one, so
Oh, nice.
you know,
Oh, an
just mixing
accent
it up a
wall.
little. An accent wall, if you would.
I love that.
Yeah, that way I can display all my goodies over there, but looks a little more profesh back here. We're gonna get some lights and stuff. It'll be cool.
Nice.
Ain't no
I
thing.
need you all to acknowledge Blake's shoulder shawl, like an old Victorian woman who's about to catch consumption.
I am cozy.
You look amazing.
I'm cozy. I just wanted to be comfortable.
There, Grandma. There.
Wanted to be comfortable, and now you're being judged. It's
And
it's
you
fine.
do.
Everything's gonna be
Hear us
okay.
better?
You
I'm
do look
cozy.
comfortable.
I just wanted to relax and podcast. I didn't know I'd be vindicated or victimized.
You're mixing your words again, Grandma. Speak up.
Oh my goodness, the struggle.
Oh, goodness.
Well, we've had quite a few good titles released this year. A lot to be anticipated for the next couple months here as well. I think there's at least like 4 or 5 more big title drops that we're going to be expecting, and so it's been a pretty good year for gaming, right?
It really
I'm
has.
just kidding.
Maybe-
I agree.
So.
I know.
No, I mean, it's a shame that we have to do this episode. I guess not have to.
shame.
Before Ragnarok is released, which is on almost every category we're going to discuss today.
Yeah.
Well, and just by the reviews and things we've heard so far, it's going to be an amazing game. Like, it's hard to go too far into the reviews, especially if you want to avoid spoilers, but like, it's getting high marks all over, like all across the board from critics.
Yeah.
So,
Well, in the previous God of War set some serious bars, especially as far as like just general smoothness of games and how games just kind of oftentimes in a lot of these kind of games you're looking at like super long load times when you get to the end of like a level, and then it's just like kind of breaks up the story and you're like, okay, kind of disconnect for a second. But with the last God of War, it kind of introduced that new game rendering of, you know, it's loading while you're going through an area that makes sense for it to be doing
Right.
things in the background. And so it's a lot smoother transitions versus just kind of the harsh dropouts, which just enhances the overall like gaming experience.
Did
well, are
God
we
of
even going to
War
have to worry
win?
about that for PS5?
I mean,
no load times.
I mean, it would be helpful if they actually made games this year that were for next generation consoles,
Thank you.
because that is probably the biggest struggle of
Hot
this year.
take.
Is you buy all these fancy consoles, you spend all this money on good graphics cards, and then you just get like ports from the previous game's graphics.
Yep.
And I feel like that's something that God of War does not do normally. I don't even know, is God of War being the new one being released for older consoles, or is it
It is,
just
yep.
the newer console?
Nope,
So-
it's going to be on PS4 as well.
So again, it's just ported graphics.
Yep.
Which sucks.
Yep. But
Wow, you guys have some strong thoughts about
I
it.
think because growing up it was like, oh, you want to play Halo 3, you have to buy an Xbox 360.
Yep.
Alright.
You know, you want to play the next game in the series, you have to level up your system.
Or
And-
like Crisis.
Yeah.
When that came out, like you're buying a whole new graphics card and it's going to cost you a lot of money, but it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and none of the games this year really utilize the new hardware that we have been investing in.
Which the
But also, with that being
PS5
said, when I played the God of War 2018,
18.
I wasn't like, "Wow, this looks horrible," you know.
No,
So maybe
no.
we-
No, we were blown away.
Maybe
But,
we've reached a
I
point.
mean, Bug Snacks look pretty good too.
No,
Oh
it
my
didn't,
God.
Colin. Stop trying to make bug snacks happen.
It's
I think
a thing.
maybe we've reached a point where we're buying systems because we're capitalist swine, and we just buy the
consumerists.
things because we're supposed to.
Well, and it kind of asks.
Grandma,
the
did you take your
question-
medication today?
Shut up.
Oh my gosh. Well, and it kind of asks the question too, like when is the cutoff? Because now the PS5 has been out for 2 years.
Yeah.
And so it's like, when did they stop making them available for PS4?
Well, and in 2 more years, we're going to get a new console, and you're only going to have used the graphics on that for maybe a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey,
and they were already
that's
so
the
hard
last-
to find.
The last year of the
Yeah.
PS4's life was amazing. We got Last of Us Part 2, we got
Yeah.
God of War, we got Ghost of Tsushima, we got
Sekiro.
I mean, it all paid out in the end, but yeah, I agree. I feel like they used to kind of upload like front their games. It was like, you want this new console because this new game will be on it.
Mhm.
And now they're kind of doing the reverse.
Right. What was the game that was released with the PS4? Like the big one? Was it
Was
God of
it-
War? Was it
Was
Uncharted?
Uncharted? Maybe
I
one of
think
the
I don't even-
Uncharted?
I know I bought my PS4 because I wanted to play Fallout 4. But I don't know if that was like the game.
There was one that it was coming with. What was that game?
When did the PS4 come out?
Oh man.
Like a
20
year after we got married.
2012?
Oh no,
No,
yeah, no. It was while
was
I was
around-
still in college.
Okay.
It had to have been like 2012.
2012, 2015.
Yeah, because I'd come over to your dorm and you'd be playing NBA 14 in your
Something like that.
underoos.
Yeah. Good times. We're getting distracted though. Now we're not even
underoos.
talking about the point of this episode.
What was the game of the year last year?
The
Nobody
PS4
cares.
came out in 2013.
Oh,
Game of the year last year was oh no, I do care. It was the co-op game we played with the two
It Takes
people.
Two.
Oh, it takes
Two.
two. That's
It
such
Takes
a cute
Two.
game.
But it
That was a
wasn't
great
up
game.
against very much though. Like that's
Yeah,
the
like
thing.
if it was up against any one of the games nominated this year, it would lose.
Elden Ring or It
Yes.
Takes Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh goodness.
Gosh.
Anyways.
Well, let's start with ongoing game.
Well,
So I liked what Marley said, where we all just say one that we want.
okay, let's do it.
So Steph, you start.
But we
Okay, I
just
don't
made a
think-
list. Are we
Well,
gonna
we can
go
use the
off
list
our list?
Guide.
Oh, okay.
We don't
Okay.
have to use the list.
You
Like,
guys,
we
you're
made
giving
a
away.
list.
You're giving away our
Trade
incompetence.
secrets.
Yes.
That's okay. That's what editing is.
This is not a scripted podcast. I don't know how many times I have to tell my fans I don't do scripted.
Okay, Marley, you go first. What's your ongoing game of the year?
Um,
And
I
it doesn't
mean-
have to be anyone on our list. You said Pokemon Go, so you can do that.
I mean that's a mobile game, but yes.
It's still a game.
Yes. Okay.
I,
As a-
I would say Fall Guys though.
I was gonna
I'm
say
gonna
as a-
steal that one.
this is games of the year according to Age of Geek members. Us.
Yeah, we had a discussion before we started this, whether we were like, are we trying to guess what will be or what we want?
What we want, and I think we're gonna go with what we want.
What we want.
Yeah.
Yes. I
So-
honestly ongoing game like I don't really have one right off the top of my head, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Fall Guys. Or actually, I'm sorry, I just thought of another one. What about Dead by Daylight?
I was definitely going to mention Dead by Daylight. They
They
keep
keep
adding
coming out
more
with more
badass
stuff.
characters in it. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a new thing coming out. I just saw it was like some sort of like Victorian like horror or something. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. This is
Is it Plague's Tale?
no. It was a part like a chapter of Dead by Daylight. There's like a new
okay.
thing that they're kind of going towards that looks actually really interesting.
Yeah.
So Marley, what's your vote for?
Dead by Daylight.
Okay, Steph, what's your vote?
Okay, I think my vote would be Dead by Daylight, but I don't think
You can't vote the same thing.
This is
we
not
can.
your podcast.
Did we have those rules?
I don't think you can talk about ongoing games without talking about Overwatch 2, which I guess is a new game itself. So maybe it's not an ongoing game, and I just fudged up this category. But it's
Again, it's interesting because it will be a new game because they're adding a kind of a campaign element.
Well, and there's a
But
2
the-
on the end.
Allegedly.
They've
But-
been talking about doing campaigns for.
Yeah.
but they
Since
have added new
Overwatch 1
characters.
started.
But I mean, they've added 3 new characters. They've adding a 4th one.
They hadn't
just
announced,
released the
yeah.
4th one. Or announced it, I guess. Yeah, not released.
Here's my big deal with Overwatch. I love it. I play it a ridiculous amount. When Overwatch 2 came out, started immediately playing it. But like, it's the same game.
Right. That's why I
Like,
put it ongoing.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. And like it's transformed and it's added things, but like there's not better graphics. It's the same type of gameplay except for
Have you not seen
a
the
couple
title
different
screen?
maps.
I mean,
But they took away a lot of things too, like rankings. I'm so
Yeah.
pissed. I'm so pissed.
Well, and they announced today not today, but when they announced the new character, somebody did the math. In the past, they would just give you the new character. That's it. Now you either have to buy the new season's battle pass,
Yep.
or you have to play at least 50 hours of gaming to unlock the character.
Dang.
And that's like a week's worth of work. Like I don't want part-time job simulator with my Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's either that or you wait until the next season.
Yeah,
And
or
then-
you pay it, or you pay them money,
Which-
and I've already bought the
I'm-
game.
I'm not gonna. Well,
I mean, according to Elon Musk, you
technically
could
you
pay for
didn't.
the blue check, or you could get one Starbucks drink. What's more important?
yeah, and technically you didn't pay for Overwatch 2 because Overwatch 2 is free.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
it was
not.
free.
I guess not.
Oh,
I
snap.
mean,
But it
I-
just goes back to microtransactions.
Yeah.
Like
I agree with you,
microtransactions
Colin.
keep growing, and it's.
It's not a new game. It's still fun. It's still the character design on Overwatch is phenomenal. It's
yes.
so good. They have such a diverse cast of characters, not only in like their appearances, but also in their abilities. Their new healer with her little like papers.
Hiroku.
It's
I
so
think it is.
fun. She's so cute.
Yeah.
And this new tank chick. Obviously, I haven't played enough to know all their names.
Junk Queen.
Yeah,
Junk Queen is the new tank.
she's badass. Like these are cool characters. They have fun abilities.
Yeah.
That's the only new things to it, really. Maybe the graphics are a little bit sharper and cleaner, but
Yeah.
I have
It
no
could be
input
better.
on this.
All right, Colin,
I expected more.
What's your ongoing game?
I think it's Overwatch 2, unfortunately, but I'm leaning a little towards Rainbow Six as well, because Rainbow Six has done a really good job at always creating like huge new maps every new game season, and the character rotations are pretty good. No huge graphics updates, but it's just a fun game, especially if you get a good group together that communicates really well.
Nice. What about you, Blake?
Mine would be Final Fantasy 14. Oddly enough, I played it the first time this year. I haven't played. I've probably played maybe 2-3 hours of it, which is microscopic in comparison to how much people put into that game. But the community that loves that game, they feel so appreciated by the developers, by the people that continue to make that series good. So just based on alone what I hear from the fans, the fans are almost the opposite of what we were just saying about Overwatch. The fans are just so grateful for this game existing and for the continued love that the developers have for it, that I would say it deserves to be nominated at least. Because they've had tons of updates this year, tons of new story arcs, tons of new content just in general. So yeah, that's what I would give it to.
I think you also, along those lines, we might have to mention Genshin Impact,
I was just going to bring that up.
which none of us, sorry, I bumped the mic. None of us, I don't think, have played, but we know people who have played it and love it, devote a lot of time to it. But not only that, appreciate the development of it and the way that they keep updating and patching and adding more and adding continuous maps and continuous characters. They just came out with a huge new patch, I think a month or two ago, that people have been obsessed with. And so these ongoing games I think are great because people love them, they've played them, they keep going back to them, and that's their appeal.
Yeah, Genshin Impact has a crazy following. It's insane how many people just go over it. Same thing with some random shows like Miraculous Ladybug. You just do a Google search on there and you're not sure what's real and what's not, because all the searches just have these crazy theories and stuff, or images that look like they're from the show but they're really not. It's crazy.
We don't have to talk about Miraculous, but there's quite a bit of lore with Miraculous Ladybug that's kind of cool, especially in the later seasons when they start expanding their world with their little buddies and have more of their friends become
the Kwamis.
Yes, more of their friends gaining Kwamis and becoming part of their team. So it's kind of cool.
Have you watched the new season though?
No, I watched an episode or two, and I saw that Miraculous started kissing, I think she kissed the blue hair boy, and her little buddy Black Cat was like, hey, what about me? And so there's a love triangle forming and
all sorts of triangles.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It has the biggest cliffhanger at the end of the series or end of the season.
Oh my goodness.
And I hate it.
Our daughter was Miraculous for Halloween.
Yeah, she's a fan.
The cutest little Miraculous you've ever seen.
It's adorable.
She was very cute.
I love it.
So, on to multiplayer games.
Yeah, stay on task.
Multiplayer games.
We had questions about multiplayer games and what it could mean, because honestly, several of the games from the ongoing games, Fall Guys, Overwatch, almost all of them, Dead by Daylight, Final Fantasy, can be considered multiplayer games. I guess those all didn't come out this year, though. So anyways, we
also were confused about whether a multiplayer game could be couch co-op, couch playing,
or
online. So we kind of just interpreted it ourselves.
What's your vote?
Colin and I have probably the same vote.
Yep.
Maybe, I don't know. But this game officially came out this year, and that's Grounded. It's been out in release since 2020, I think, but it officially came out this year, and it's so much fun.
All right, dear listeners, close your eyes and think back to when you were a youth, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves came out, and they were stuck in the grass, and then
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, you mean?
Yes.
What did you say?
Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
I'm sorry. Rick Moranis gets in his little thing with his little microscope or his little magnifying glass and is looking for the kids in the grass. That's what this game is.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
It's if you combine the game Subnautica but made it Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then they added a multiplayer element, which is you can play with up to 4 friends, and it's a blast. And we played it this last week. Colin, Jason, and then our friend Not a Vampire in Canada. We all played it,
Ew.
and it was so much fun, and I loved it. So that's my multiplayer game. If you consider official release this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
that's fair.
I'm agreeing with that. Super fun. The building elements are great. It kind of brings in some
Dude, and the freaking horror element
Minecraft vibes.
of wolf spiders chasing you.
Oh my gosh, these freaking spiders! You make one bad corner turn, and you just have this giant spider just.
It's like the
launching
size
at
of a
you.
house chasing you down, and it looks realistic.
Yeah.
When
I'm
they
sick of
when
this
they
mother
s-
effing spiders in this mother effing grass.
seriously
That
when
was-
they streamed this game on Jason's Twitch, The Fight in Ginger, and every time there was like any sort of encounter with the spiders, I had to put my phone off to the side and not watch.
It's
But I have to-
legitimately terrifying.
Yeah.
I have to say though, Kate, the whole setting that you can change the look of the spider to make it look less spidery, that is
Yeah.
genius. Why don't
Yeah,
more
oh, yeah.
games do that?
Accessibility in
love
gaming
that.
is so wonderful now.
They need
Oh,
to do
yeah.
that with Jedi Fallen Order so I can actually finish that game.
Is,
I can't.
Is there
I
a-
can't.
where are you
I'm
getting?
on Kashyyyk for the second time, and also there's
What-
an underwater element, and I hate underwater. So I'm like, underwater, A, B, spiders. Nope. Haven't gone back to that game in like a month.
Isn't there only 2 areas with spiders? On
The
Kashyyyk?
area that I'm currently in
It's
has
enough.
spiders.
That's
It's
enough
enough.
for her to scare her.
Interesting,
I
because I
don't
thought
like
there
it.
was like the beginning area, which you can technically skip until you're leaving.
Yeah, but I had to come back to the planet.
Okay.
And there's a whole bunch everywhere. So
All right.
Oh,
we gotta
I've
get this
never.
show on the road. Steph,
I never
what's your
had
game?
that.
My game is probably Kirby and the Forgotten World.
is that what it's
Um,
called?
Forgotten Land.
Whatever. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Kirby
We
and
played
the
this
Elden
with
Ring.
we played this with our daughter. It was super fun.
Okay, you got to explain what that means. It has a co-op element. You can play as Kirby, and you can have someone else play as Bandana Waddle Dee. There you go. That's the multiplayer element of it.
Grandma, you have to take turns.
You weren't even going to explain anything I just said.
She
I
was
also
getting
am
to it, I think.
excited to play Gotham Knights.
Oh goodness.
Which we
Um,
found out already came out, and none of us have played it.
Correct.
Wait, it is out?
October
I
21st.
think
It came out October 21st.
Yeah. I've seen like some reviews and stuff about it.
So maybe it's not that good.
They've not been great reviews.
Oh no.
I still want to
So-
play it. Anyways, Marley, what's your game?
My game, it's kind of along the same lines of Kirby, where it's more of kind of a couch co-op. Is Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That one is just so much fun because you're basically playing D&D but in a video game, and it's Borderlands. So you have
So
like
the
all these
art
elements into one, and yeah, just the whole style, the humor. There's just a lot of fun weapons, a lot of fun characters and dialogue. It's a really fun game. I quite enjoyed it, and that was like the first. This was the first like Borderlands game I played in full, and I think I actually like it better than what I've played in Borderlands 2. But it was a lot of fun. And I also have to put in a vote for Kirby and the Forgotten Land because I also played that. I did not play it with a child, though. I played it with my husband. And I had to be I actually no. I chose to be
You said you didn't play it with a child?
no. Not like
Oh,
Steph.
sorry.
I played it with my husband, but I was Bandana Waddle Dee. But at the same time, I chose to be because I'm like, Kirby's not really my thing. Like, it was fun, it was enjoyable, but like, I was not that into it. So I'm like, you be Kirby and do all the things, and I'll just go around and use my spear.
You know, you can take turns.
Oh, we did. We
And
did.
you could both be Kirby at sometimes.
We
Also,
did.
the
But
way
I didn't
you
really
treated-
care.
The way you treated your husband is 1,000,000% how we treated our 6-year-old. You can be Kirby. It's fine. I'll just have the spear. So I think you did play with a child.
No.
Be nice.
He loves
Music
Kirby,
scores. Music was what's your favorite music this year?
though. Well,
I'm gonna come out of left field and go with Cuphead.
The DLC.
Correct. I
Okay.
feel like Cuphead has always had genuinely good music, kind of different than some of these other bangers that I'm sure will be mentioned. So yeah, I kind of like the diversity of it, the quick upbeats, fast pacedness of it.
It's not out yet, but God of War. You know it's gonna be a banger. Bear McCreary,
I mean,
is
yeah.
the composer, and
Yeah.
but I have
Oh,
a
yeah.
beef. I have a huge beef with this. God of War did not win Best Musical Score, the 2018 one. It lost to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, snap doodle.
And I'm still upset about it to this day. Not that it was bad, but
I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't really hear any big, huge music moments that really stood out to me.
In God
Red
of
Dead.
War? Oh,
In
in
Red
Red
Dead.
Dead.
in Red Dead 2.
Oh no,
No,
there was
God
some
of War,
great.
phenomenal.
No. Red Dead Redemption 2, there's some great musical moments. Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Especially
So-
when you're like riding along with your horse, like there's like that whole cut scene where it's a hard win, like, because yes, we all know that God of War's score is amazing, and Bear McCreary does really good work. I mean, he's done The Walking Dead. Fun fact, did you guys know that he did a lot of the music with Rings of Power?
Did you know that he did the music for Outlander?
Yes, I did know that. I did know that too. But yeah, he did Rings of Power.
Yeah, he's a musical god, and
Yes.
he should have won it. But I feel like this year he has a really good chance.
I don't know though.
Unless Elden Ring.
Elden Ring has a real is on our list. Horizon Forbidden West also has a really good score.
Which I haven't played, so I can't speak to that. But
Yeah.
the first one was really, really good. So.
Yeah, especially like the opening titles when you just have your PlayStation open, like it's just on and you like select Horizon and it just is playing the music in the background. You're just like, this is epic. I love it. Anyways.
Yeah, I would say it's probably going to be between God of War and Horizon. I haven't played either, obviously, for God of War, but I don't know. Just knowing the caliber of games, having played previous versions of each of those, I think those will be the top two.
Yeah.
I feel like those are all safe bets.
Yeah.
Next category. Best indie games.
I want to go first.
Okay.
I have to pick Stray. I feel like this game, like, it needs more like recognition because it was actually so well done, and it was just kind of this just little game that came out in July, and it was just here and then it was over. And so like I hope it gets some good nominations at least at the Game Awards. But like for me, for best indie game, it's Stray. Cats.
Cat game.
Cats.
I didn't play any of the indie games this year, unfortunately. I just didn't have any time.
You think you're too good for them?
No, not that I'm too good for them.
Wow.
Some people.
Someone's feisty tonight.
Yeah, seriously.
You just
it must
noticed
be that
that?
grandma shawl.
We started out this podcast with you making fun of me. And so it kind of set the tone.
You've brought this upon us.
Sorry, Grandma.
It's okay.
But yeah, so I don't know. I've seen some streams of Stray, Cult of Lamb, and Tunic. Of the ones that I've watched, I would lean more towards Cult of the Lamb.
Cult of the Lamb is cute.
That's high up on my list as well. That's a good game. It's fun. It's like horror, but also adorable.
Yeah. I just like the kind of older RPG style of it too.
It's kind of, is it roguelike? Would you consider that roguelike or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Again, there's like a huge debate about what that is, but I would consider it that for sure. So
I think Tunic definitely needs a mention. It's a cute little mousy mouse game akin to Zelda. And it just looks like a fun RPG to play.
So yeah, we came up with 4 games: Stray, Tunic, Cult of the Lamb, and Sifu. And I would be happy with any one of those winning it. And if you don't know what Sifu is,
Yeah, what's Sifu again?
It's a martial arts game, and it's also a roguelike where you play the game, and when you get hurt and when you take damage, instead of taking like having a health bar, you age. Your character ages. And so you age 1 year when you get hit.
Wow.
You age another year when you get hit. And eventually you start out when you're like 20. And if you lose, okay, how do I explain it? You do age.
Do you die of old age or
You
like
die of old age.
broken arms snapping
your
off?
character,
Or...
interesting. Your character gets slower, but you get more powerful. So your hits hit harder. But when you reach a certain age, you just die of old age, and then you have to restart. And so you try to get as far into the game as you can before you reach old age.
Interesting.
It's really good. I'm probably explaining it horribly, but if you're listening, check it out. It's a really fun game. Really hard. They added lots of it's like up there with like Dark Souls in terms of like difficulty, but it's really fun and really, really creative and something that I'd never seen before. And that's what I love most about all 4 of these indie games is indie is where you go to find creativity.
Right.
It's where you go to find something that you haven't seen and you want to be wowed by gameplay, by game aesthetics, by gaming just in general. It's where you go for fun things. And I like all 4 of these. I'd be happy with anyone.
Yeah. Indie games all seem to be really captivating. Just with the new ideas.
Yeah, I still remember one specific one. I'm pretty sure it was originally an indie game. Castle Crashers. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
No.
It was basically like this kind of 2D arcade game type where you're a bunch of knights and you have to go through and defeat all these enemies to burn through this castle like or to get your like kingdom back. And just the random monsters and stuff that you would see that would pop up through there, and like the game like kept being released on every new console that came out. It was super cool to see that happen to like a little indie game.
Yeah,
nice. I think next we are going to talk about family games, and so for this, we're kind of thinking Switch games you would play with your kiddos. And so we already talked about one that we played with our kiddo and that she was obsessed with, which is Kirby. I think that's going to be a really hard one to beat as far as family type games go. I also feel like we need to do a little shout out to the new Ghostbusters game that looks really fun.
Which one is that?
It's like Ghostbusters mixed with Dead by Daylight. So you get to be a ghost, and then there are 4 friends that are the Ghostbusters.
Oh.
And so your goal is to catch the ghost or like slime everyone. So it's definitely I don't want to say it's like a mature family game, but I don't know if it's one that Arya would really be able to grasp, you know?
Arya is our 6-year-old.
Arya's our 6-year-old, yeah. But maybe like a 13-year-old, you know, would love that kind of a thing. Like if you dressed up as one of the Ghostbusters for Halloween, it would be totally on your list.
I wonder how this one will do though, because like remember that Friday the 13th game? I feel like that one was like it was a lot of fun, but then it like kind of fizzled out, especially more and more as Dead by Daylight came into the light.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see the longevity of it. So
there's a local dance troupe by us, and the 3-year-olds did a Ghostbuster dance, and the girls had to dress like ghosts and the boys dressed like Ghostbusters, and I think that's sexist. Girls can be Ghostbusters too. I'm here for the justice for the girl Ghostbusters.
There was never.
I mean, there was a whole movie.
There wasn't.
Didn't exist. Never came out.
That didn't
What?
happen. That was
Marley, what is your family game prediction?
That's ancient lore.
Oh my gosh. I think I'd have to pick one of the Pokemon games. So earlier this year we had Legends of Arceus. Yes, I say Arceus. I know some people say Arceus. I don't know the right way, so I'm going to say Arceus. That game was a lot of fun.
Arceus.
Or Arceus. Yeah, that's one way you could say it. That one was a lot of fun because it was finally like the open world Pokemon game that a lot of Pokemon fans have been waiting for. Very Breath of the Wild-esque. Cats. Gosh, my freaking cat. Sorry.
Put 'em in a Pokeball.
How did you like it compared to the other versions of Pokemon?
I wouldn't
Marley
know.
hasn't played the other versions
okay.
of Pokemon.
I'm not the right person to ask for that. But
okay.
from because Jason is a lot more into Pokemon than I am. He definitely he ate that game up. Like in a single weekend, he like finished it.
Oh wow.
But even still, there's so much more to do with it because since it is an open world and there's just a lot more. But it was a lot of fun. But then there's the new Pokemon games coming out here in a couple of weeks, Scarlet and Violet. And so I don't know how well those are gonna do, but I would think those might might be added to the list. We're getting Pokemon Scarlet. I'm excited to see
Nice.
how it does.
I feel like we have Pokemon games in our future.
Probably, yeah. I never was a Pokemon. I still am not a Pokemon fan. Not because like I'm against it. I just missed the boat. So
yeah, I only joined the boat when Pokemon Go came out. But even
You
then,
might
I'm
have a
like,
child that makes you join the boat.
oh, she all the time is like, Dad, do you think Pikachu could beat Squirtle in a fight? And I'm like, no, because Squirtle's water and Pikachu has electricity. And she'll be like, no, Squirtle has this power. And she beats me every time.
It's so weird how that happens.
Yeah.
I would say, and I just thought of this, Multiverse.
Yes.
By DC, which is one of the only times you'll hear me praise DC.
I mean, is
know.
it DC or is
I
it
know.
Warner Brothers? It has DC characters.
Yeah, true.
So.
Technically. Well, now you're just taking away some of the praise that I was going to give.
I know,
DC,
right?
But it's okay. But it's a super fun game. It's basically Warner Brothers version of Smash Brothers, and you get some pretty cool characters to play from that verse. People from Batman. You've got Iron Giant, Tasmanian Devil. You can play as Shaggy, Superman, Tom and Jerry.
You play as LeBron James.
LeBron James because
he's in
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
Oh, so stupid.
Can you play as Michael Jordan then?
No.
Wow.
Not
like
yet.
that Nickelodeon Brawlers.
Yeah.
It's like that Nickelodeon Brawlers game.
You can like dunk on the Iron Giant in a video game. It's kind of cool.
That just reminds me of like what Injustice, like because there's already like the DC characters in Justice, like you already have that.
This is definitely more family oriented. It's like super cartoony.
Yeah,
in comparison to the Injustice. So,
but
Arya
it's
Stark
just super.
Yeah,
Arya Stark's in it.
Oh, that's dope.
And then we've got like
and
you're from Adventure Time.
Your boy Finn from Adventure Time. Yeah,
which he's one of my main favorite people to play. He's super fun in that game. Did you end up downloading it, Blake?
I did, yeah, but I still can't get the connection to work as well. So I need to go back and give it a shot. I downloaded it on my PlayStation. I might just do it on the PC. That might run a little better. So
yeah. Well, once you get it running, let me know.
Another honorable mention, 2 of them that I have for this category. Mario Strikers, which is their Mario soccer game. It kind of fizzled out. When it came out, it was a bigger deal, but it's really fun. And then Shredder's Revenge, the new Ninja Turtles game, which is the side scroller beat 'em up.
Oh,
Arya, our 6-year-old,
We
loves that
played
game.
Shredder's Revenge.
She loved it. So when a kid is advocating for it, you know it's a good game,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Arya loved
I
Stray.
mean,
Arya played Stray, and we made a YouTube video that I never posted because I think that's
That's
weird
cute.
to like monetize your children. But we have it in like the unlisted category, and she'll watch it to like watch herself play the game, and she loves it.
Yeah.
So
That's so
that's
funny.
cute.
I love that.
next
Okay.
All
category.
right. We
Action
got
adventure.
action and adventure.
it's hard because so many
Again,
of these blend
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I feel like almost all of these games we've talked about could go under this category.
Other than Lego Star Wars, which I think this person knows the most about.
I put that one in there, and I think there was a lot of hype on that game. And I mean, Lego Star Wars is just super fun to just kind of make fun of Star Wars in general. Like there's tons of funny little scenes and stuff from that. And I struggled with this because it's not really like an action adventure, but it is at the same time. Like you're going through and
I have a question
battling
about
through
this game.
several things.
Is it just a compilation of all the Lego games, or is there new content as well? I never played it, so
No, it's a lot of it's new content. There is
That's
some
awesome.
some stuff from previous, but like they've got Mando even is in there, and
that's so cool.
yeah, and it's just a fun little game. I enjoyed it, and I know like randomly when it came out, like it was all over TikTok.
Yeah,
Like I kept seeing TikTok videos randomly of everyone like playing through, and it's just like it was kind of unexpected to see a lot of like grown-ups going and grabbing it and playing it.
I'm all for the Lego games. Any Lego game, I think they're so much fun.
I was going to, since we're talking about Lego games, I don't know if this necessarily fits an action adventure, probably more of a family game. I have to give a shout out for Lego Brawls, which is going to be Lego's version of Super Smash Brothers.
Oh my gosh.
Not only is it a cute, fun game, my friend is on the production team in little old Utah, so I just felt like I needed to give it a little shout out.
Cool.
Kids, if your kids like Lego games, it's a fun one to get. The creativity is excellent.
I know. I started playing through the Lego Harry Potter.
So
with
fun.
Jason.
The Lego games are just
it was only like $5 on we got it on the Switch.
Nice.
And so we're like, let's play it. And so I've never played the Harry Potter Lego game, but it's a good time. So I feel like this category, there's 3 listed on here that I'm like, I'm gonna have a hard time picking one. But I think Horizon Forbidden West is a good action adventure game. And so was Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I know I already mentioned both of those already for other categories. But then there was also a little bit of debate about this before we started recording, because I wasn't even considering this game as even a nominee, because like in my mind this game came out years and years ago, but there's The Last of Us Part 1 remake. And it's like, is this gonna get any nominations? I feel like it's going to, but I don't know. Blake is leaving.
Grandma, come back.
Bye, Grandma.
It's a hard one because do we include remakes in these?
Was it fun to pay $70 for a game that came out on the PS3?
We're not debating remakes, and
actually it was.
I feel like there should be a year limit to remakes, because this game came out like 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh, way more than
longer
that.
Than that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
When did Last of Us 1 come out?
I think that one came out in
like
2011.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, okay. Never mind.
But anyways,
I take back what I was saying. I was gonna say that there should be like a decade rule. but that follows a decade rule. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And the
sure,
remake,
it's
the
fine.
remake was different enough, but at the same time, I mean, it was the same game. It was just better. Like everything about it was better and smoother. And yes,
Are you
it
talking
was.
about like graphics wise, or did they add any like story bits?
Oh
Or
no, the graphics are so much like next level, but it's just like smoother gameplay, the weapons, like even the types of upgrades that you can do, and it's hard to explain, but it's just better in like every way. But
okay.
of course, when it really comes down to it, you're like, this is the same game. It is because
Yeah.
the story didn't change. It's the same game. And of course, like people's faces, like everything just looks like cleaner and crisper.
Yeah, they did a complete in Marley's defense. They did a complete overhaul of the graphics of the game. They rebuilt the game from ground up. So
You are complimenting The Last of Us.
I know.
We have this on record now.
I know.
Now, anytime you talk crap about The Last of Us, Marley can pull out her phone and replay this episode.
I said in Marley's defense,
I
there
mean-
was one aspect of the game that is better.
Just
I mean, I
saying.
don't really. Yeah.
I honestly thought that Steph was about to have a stroke hearing that just now.
Oh my gosh.
If you can't tell, I am a Last of Us hater. And it's not because I'm against the political things that came up in Last of Us Part 2. I'm all for that. I just think the game is overrated, and yeah. We can have a whole discussion about that some other time.
Let's not. Let's go into Game of the Year.
Did you guys have any other action adventure you wanted to add? Sorry, I kind of like took all of them.
No.
Okay.
Again, I feel like all the things that the games we've said could go under this category too.
Right?
So-
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
Elden
envy the
Ring,
people. I don't envy
God
the
of
people that have to
War.
come up with these nominees. It's a lot of work.
So, Game of the Year, I feel like we have a big three: Ragnarok, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West. And I think it will go to Ragnarok.
I think it'll go to Elden Ring.
I think it's gonna go to Elden Ring too,
I
but I
think
don't
they should
want
just
it
start-
to.
Flipping tables and give it to Stray.
Yes, cats for the win.
I can't remember because I know that God of War used to be exclusive to PlayStation. Did they move
It
away
still
from that?
is.
Or is
Oh
it
is
well, they
still
came out with
exclusive,
the PC.
Yeah, they did do a PC port of it to Steam
okay?
for just the new 2018.
Okay.
And they also have like the PlayStation Vita, like the PlayStation's Game Boy had a
Yeah.
couple God of War games.
That's right.
But again, that's still PlayStation
that's
exclusive.
PlayStation. Yeah.
So.
But Ragnarok is definitely going to be exclusive.
I think it might for some of those reasons go to Elden Ring.
I think in the past, the Game Awards really, really, really love FromSoft, which is the developers for Elden Ring,
The Dark Souls.
the Dark
games.
Souls, the
Bloodborne.
Soulsborne. They
Yeah.
love that developer. Sekiro won, Dark Souls won, I think Bloodborne won. So it would definitely break from tradition to not give it to them. I think, again, not having played the new God of War, the scope that what Elden Ring is, it is like one of the biggest games like ever made. It is ginormous.
Yes.
And there's so many different ways to play it. It has so much different replayability value. I would be very surprised if it doesn't win. The only thing God of War can just destroy it with is storytelling.
Is
There
narrative
is
for
story
sure.
in Elden Ring. Elden Ring is, the story makes no sense whatsoever. But God of War Ragnarok is going to like bring us all to tears, I think, because it's going to be so beautiful.
And Kratos is going to die.
If he dies, I don't know what I'm going to do. So again, I want God of War to win, but I think it'll go to Elden Ring.
You know, I could also see The Last of Us Part 1 on as a nominee for this category. And just for the sake of chaos, I want it to win just so Blake loses his freaking mind.
Oh
If-
my gosh.
okay,
If it
I'm
does
telling
win, I'll lose my mind too.
I'm telling you right now, if The Last of Us Part 1 wins, I will take my PlayStation 5 and drive over it with my car. I will do that up front.
You will not do that. That
I
costs
will-
a lot of money.
I
You
will
heard
do
it
that.
here,
No,
folks.
No.
In fact,
Okay, to be
I'm
clear,
going on record. I'm going on record and saying I will do that if it's nominated. I
No,
will do that.
I feel like we need to have a games
okay,
award.
whoa. Okay, whoa.
I feel like we need to have a games award party. So if this does happen, we can all witness the
Oh my gosh.
rolling over of PlayStation.
Our
Okay,
PlayStation will stay nice and safe under our desk.
Hour?
Yes,
I don't think you paid for it.
we are
Oh,
married.
gosh. Okay,
Anyways,
to
other
be
games
clear.
that we would
Okay, no,
like
wait.
nominated.
To be clear, I don't want Last of Us Part 1 to win. I know that's crazy coming from my mouth, but like I don't think it should, because it's a remake. I don't want it to be on this list. I want all of these other games, Ragnarok, Elden Ring, or Horizon. I would love for any of them to win. Realistically, Elden Ring is going to win. If Horizon Forbidden West won, that would be pretty cool too, because that game was also better in every way from its predecessor.
You know,
So
another thing that
know.
Elden Ring has going for it is that it's an original property and not a sequel. And
that is true.
I don't know if they're gonna be like, yeah, God of War already won. But I mean, you could say the same for Last of Us Part 2, and it won. So I don't know. I don't know how much they take into consideration that fact.
Yeah, I think we need to have a Game Awards party and watch it all together, you guys,
I'm
so
totally
that we
down
can
for
all
that.
just experience it, all the fun together.
We
That'd be
could
awesome.
we could even live stream it. We could watch it on Twitch. That'd be fun. People do that all the time. So
Yeah.
Are
We're
there any
people.
others that you guys?
listeners, tell us what you want us to do. I would love it if Stray got nominated. I think I love it when indie games get nominated for Game of the Year. I think it's really good recognition for the industry.
The little
And
guys.
again, it adds credibility to creativity. You know, it adds credibility to going outside the box, and you don't have to have $1 billion to make a game. You can just make a really good game on a budget and be an indie company. So I would love it.
And have
Yeah.
cats in it.
I could see Arceus being nominated. I don't know about Scarlet, because Scarlet's just kind of the general Pokemon release versus Arceus being more of that new open world concept.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we might have to live stream. I think that'll be fun to see if our predictions make it.
They come true. That'd be awesome.
Well, and the actual nominations, I think, are coming out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
So we can
We'll
compare.
we can compare our list.
See how well we
Yeah.
actually did.
Yes.
We have one last category, but before we go to it, I have one I want to bring up. Performance of the year. And if it doesn't go to Christopher Judge
Oh my gosh.
for Kratos, I would be so sad, because freaking Red Dead stole that from him too.
Oh my gosh, Arthur Morgan.
Arthur Morgan
what's his
stole
name?
that from him too. So
I can't remember the actor's name.
what do you guys think? Do you guys think Arthur Morgan should have won it?
I mean,
Morgan.
it's so
Red Dead 2 was so good.
It was really good.
Arthur Morgan was such a good
he is such a
character.
treasure.
And I know
I'm honestly surprised that wasn't on your guys' ongoing playlist.
Oh, Red Dead?
Oh, they kind
Yeah,
of
especially Marley.
That's because it's not
they
ongoing.
cheated,
It's
didn't they?
Colin.
They nerfed it. That's the word.
RDO is dead.
Yeah.
People had funerals this year for it
What? People are still playing.
because it's not like.
But they've stopped updates. They've stopped.
But they stopped doing things to it. GTA is taking
They
over.
gave all their money to GTA. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't care
That
about
might be on
RDO
the
anymore, so
ongoing
they're like,
list.
Okay.
GTA RPG.
oh, GTA will, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, for performance of the year, I really want Christopher Judge. I can't think of any performance this year that was memorable.
What about the voice of Kirby?
I think, crap, what is her name? Who played Who played Tiny Tina?
Yeah, she was really memorable for you.
No, her name. Ashley Birch.
I mean,
She also played Aloy, you guys.
Those are two
yeah,
pretty
okay,
big.
maybe, but still.
But you guys don't know. You guys haven't played Tiny Tina's, but like she does so good, like voice acting. Such good voice acting in that
Yeah.
game. Like, and it's not even like she uses like a character voice and everything. That's not even her real voice. So I just to be contrary to Blake, I'm gonna say Ashley Birch for performance.
Fair enough. All right, last category. Most anticipated game of 2023.
Hopefully, we'll be seeing some of these advertised at the Game Awards.
Get some trailers.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think. No, you go ahead, Colin.
Colin, you go first.
I'm torn between two. Hogwarts Legacy, which was supposed to be this year.
This year.
Otherwise, I think that would have won multiplayer game of the year. And Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
What is that?
That's the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, okay, cool.
I thought they were going to put all the Jedis on an island and then make them do challenges. And then vote them off the island one by one.
Did you guys ever play the Survivor game for PC?
No.
It was actually kind of fun. I actually really liked it.
Who's the host of Survivor?
I don't remember his name.
Jeff
You're
Gold?
thinking of the Vanex guy. That's a Probst, I think.
Oh, maybe I am.
Anyways,
That's Provost.
You're
I
thinking of Provost.
thought
Probst.
Oh, you're right. It is
Probst. Yeah.
Probst. I thought it was going to be that they take all the Jedis and put them on an island, and if they kiss each other, they lose money.
Oh my gosh, that would be Jedi Fallen.
Love is blind.
Too hot to handle those Jedi.
Jedi Fallen. Too hot to handle.
There you go. Jedi
Too
Fallen
hot to
Order.
handle.
Too hot to handle. There we go.
Too hot to handle my lightsaber.
Whoa!
This is a family
Hey,
podcast, Marley.
and these are Jedi we're talking about.
Yeah, they can't do any of those things.
Blake brought it up.
That's why
No
Anakin turned to the dark
shenanigans.
side.
That's why he has a red throbbing lightsaber.
I don't think
Didn't-
it's Rob.
there was a pause, and I didn't know where that was going.
There was a red throbbing lightsaber.
All I know is I hope they find the Enterprise on
gosh.
this in this game.
Oh,
Man,
you
if
can
we
never
were
find
doing episode titles how we used to, red throbbing lightsaber.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. So
Well-
back to 2023 most
Okay.
anticipated games. We also have to
Well, the
mention the
thing
Breath
that's
of the
gonna
Wild
win-
game.
The thing that's going to win is Breath of the Wild 2,
Yep.
which has a
Oh,
name,
for
but
sure.
I can't remember it right now. So,
Forgotten Winds.
Untitled Zelda game, Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah. Untitled Zelda Project.
Is it like
I just
Forgotten Winds or something like
Yeah,
Winds of
yeah, we've forgotten it.
I just hope that they fix
Breath
the
wait.
weapon mechanic, the weapon
not
mechanics
going
in this
to.
one. It's just stupid. Here, have a twig, and it's gonna break in 2 seconds.
They're not
How
gonna
do you
fix
kill
it.
people?
Tears of the Kingdom.
There you go.
Tears of the Kingdom.
That wasn't
Had
even
nothing to
close
do
to
with
Forgotten
Winds.
Winds.
Are they finally gonna kill Zelda off?
Why would they kill the main character of the game?
She's
Stephanie.
Why not?
I just
now,
want to
now we can get into the Legends of Link.
There you go.
That sounds dumb. We need to have a Zelda. Link dies, Zelda all the way. Actually, I want to have the story.
So
of
Link
Navi.
dies trying to save her, and then Zelda becomes the new hero after she frees herself, which she probably could have done this whole time.
You don't understand that she's part of the Triforce.
And then
You can't have her,
and then she
him, or Ganondorf die.
and then she ends up on the ship where on the Metroid ship, and her and
So this whole time Zelda was Samus.
no, her and Samus become girlfriends and rule the kingdom together.
Wow.
Yeah, I have really original ideas.
Predictions
All
that are
right.
good.
That are good.
Yeah, really original ideas.
Anyways, I'm excited for Hogwarts Legacy, but I also
too.
saw the trailer for Skull and Bones.
What?
Stop.
What?
Stop
Skull
it.
and Bones?
I hate you guys so much. Skull and Bones, and it is a Ubisoft
Skull.
open world interactive pirate game that looks dope.
So Sea of Thieves.
But open world
So-
RPG.
So
Wait,
Sea of
is this
Thieves.
an Assassin's Creed thing?
Ubisoft is Assassin's Creed, but I don't think it's an Assassin's Creed title. Anyways, it looks dope.
Cool.
It doesn't
I'll have to
matter.
go look at a trailer.
There's literally only, out of all the games categories, the one I feel the most confident about that's going to win is Breath of the Wild 2 will win this. Like, without question. It's the only thing that will win this category. It's the most pointless category. So
No,
But
I think Hogwarts Legacy will beat it.
no way.
No,
way.
Yeah,
I think it's Breath of the Wild too.
But do you think Breath of the Wild 2 Hollow Strikes Back will win Game of the Year in 2023?
No.
Oh, okay.
definitely not.
What will win the remake of Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
the remake of Last of Us Part 2. For
It's
$100.
about time they did that.
No, I'm sorry. That doesn't follow the decade rule.
Oh, okay, sorry.
For
Oh.
$100, you can buy The Last of Us Part 2 again for your PlayStation 7 next year.
Okay, I have a question.
Take all my money.
Have new gaming prices literally gone to $70 now?
Yes.
Yeah,
What? Why?
for PS5.
Okay, I actually am okay with this because like Mario Kart 64 when I was like 8 years old was $60. So the fact that game prices haven't increased in the last 20 years, 30 years,
Yeah, how old are you?
eh,
How old are you, Grandma?
I feel like going
They've-
up $10 is inevitable.
They've increased several times since. They used to be $39.99, then they went up to $49.99, then they went up to $59.99, and
Yeah,
now
they're
we've jumped to
69,
$69.99.
69.
$69.99.
I don't know. I'm actually okay with the
Nice.
price increase. We have way better games. The amount of people working on these games have increased. The amount of games.
I would agree to the price increase if they were using next gen graphics.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. I also am really appreciative when games like Stray come out, and Stray is like, yeah, this is $30. Like they recognize
totally.
they're not a AAA game. They recognize that.
Yeah.
But they blow us away, and so I almost would be willing to pay more for that to get more of that content.
Oh no.
Well,
They give
and
you a
my
preview
So-
for $30, and if you want to finish it, yeah, gotta give them the next
All right,
40.
all right, Elon Musk.
The reason this is coming up is because I checked out Gotham Knights price and it was $69.99. But also IGN gave it a 5 out of 10.
That's why none
know
of us
what?
know it's come out yet.
you know what IGN gave God of War Ragnarok? 10 out of 10.
Wow.
If that tells you anything. But so back to the price argument, I have to argue though that like a game like Kirby and the Forgotten Lands should not have been a $60 game. So like even like some of those like
that's
Nintendo
Nintendo.
titles.
That's Nintendo.
Yeah, well I know that's Nintendo, but at the same time like even like Mario Strikers or even some of the Pokemon games, like I don't think those are $60 or $70 games in my opinion. I feel like they should be
agree
only
with
like
that.
40.
Yep, 100%.
I agree with that. But the fact that I could go to Target right now and want to buy Mario Odyssey, which came out when the Switch came out, and it's still $60, that's just
Yeah.
Nintendo. It's It
And
sucks.
why
It
would
sucks,
they
I
lower their
agree.
prices when you guys are paying for 'em?
Yeah, it sucks. I completely agree with that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Nintendo is never going to change.
Well, in
Mm-mm.
those times, and go support a local game store and
Right? Yeah.
Those are far and few in between these days, which is pretty sad.
Yeah. I agree. Also, oddly enough, this is a side note. We can end it now, but this weekend there was a massive, massive auction on old video games and like original games like GoldenEye and like Super Smash Brothers that were like still sealed. They sold for like tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
gosh.
Super Smash went for $19,000.
Yeah, so if like 10-year-old us had just bought 2 copies and just put one in a box, we would have a lot of money right now.
you see, and I don't think that anything in like our generation, as far as gaming goes, will ever meet those price points. I
Dude,
think
you'd
that's
be
just going to be
surprised.
for those retro styles.
In this auction, there was original Last of Us, like that came out on the PlayStation 3. And
Really?
it sold for like $2,000, which isn't like astronomical.
Yeah.
It's more than
But that's
$60.
still a lot.
But the fact that a modern game is still selling for that much, it
Yeah.
was surprising. They also had
Yeah.
tons of like special edition kind of things that were selling, which is kind of interesting. They had like an original Xbox that was like a Halo bundle that was sold for like $20,000. So,
Okay.
anyways, buy 2 copies
The
and
last
keep one in a
game.
box.
Yeah.
It's an investment.
The last game on the list for most anticipated was Diablo 4, which I think is going to be a great game.
I honestly didn't even know that was coming out next year.
Diablo is just such a classic smash and grab, good time,
Yeah.
over the
Blast
head.
through some dungeons.
Yeah, have a good time. It was Diablo 3 was Blake and I's pandemic game.
Yep.
And it was just, it's not one.
Everyone else played Animal Crossing and we played
And we-
Diablo 3.
Well, I don't know what that says about us as a couple.
I did not play Animal Crossing, for the record.
Yeah, Diablo's solid.
I think what's going to hurt Diablo 4's chance of winning this is they burned everybody with the mobile game.
Yeah.
All their fans thought they were going to announce Diablo 4, and then they were like, you could play the mobile game. And when
literally the entire room silent.
And then somebody like the devs was like, do you guys not have phones? That was like his response. And everyone was like, what? Like, go away.
Yeah.
And the fact that Diablo is like Blizzard, and Blizzard is considered an awful company.
And they littered it with microtransactions.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I really hope they don't do on Diablo 4.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So I think that hurts this. I think Diablo 4 will be nominated, but I don't think it'll win it.
Yeah. If it has any microtransactions, it won't.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Awesome. Well, let us know what you guys
so fun
think.
games.
All right, Jeff Keighley, give us a call.
Yeah. We're good consultants.
Yeah, seriously. We know our shiz. Kind of.
We do.
For the most part.
Usually.
What do you guys think? Would you guys disagree with any of our nominations? Do you guys want to add any nominations to them? Let us know on the Facebooks, the Twitters, all them sock beds. You can email us at feedback at I almost said another name, ageofgeek.com. And thanks, Blake, for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Blake.
You're welcome. You never really
Thanks,
explained
Grandma.
why I was here.
Thanks, Grandma.
I
I'm
didn't,
not like
but
an
I feel
expert
like
I'm not like an expert
you've come
in
on the show
gaming.
enough now that
It's
you're-
true.
you're just one of us.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hobbs
you're a
is of the
gamer. That's
Blake
your
and
cred.
Jake, and he's of the Blake and Jake's Hot Book Takes fame.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of a big
Yeah.
deal.
So yeah, I guess I just felt like joining. Steph told me that's what we were doing tonight, and it sounded like fun. I love gaming, so that's why I was here.
And look at his cute face.
Hey.
Look at him. Look at him.
And
Look at
Grandma.
And oh, sorry. Are you getting cold?
Looks so cozy, Grandma.
Here.
You just
Good night,
look
youngin'.
like you're needing to ask, Sir, can I have more porridge, please?
Please, sir, can I have some more?
More. Anyways,
Can we please end now?
Awesome. Well, until next time.
Thanks.
This has been an Age of Geek media production.